Hello. Hello. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. What's up, everybody? Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome in, everybody, to the stream. Hi, hi. My name is Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Hi, hi. Roy Chiato, like a macchiato served. Goddamn right. Fairy, thank you for the 11 months. Thank you so much. How you doing? How are you? Hi, 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 Roy. Aliu Buni. That's me. At least most days. Most days that end in Y. That's me. At least those days. Welcome, everybody. June. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Buni. That's me. That's me. Hi, guys. Welcome into the stream. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. Welcome in. This week is going to be a big return to normalcy. We're going to have a lot of, I think staples is probably the best way of putting it. So we're going to be yapping. We're going to be playing some games. We're going to be yapping. We're going to be playing some games. We're going to be yapping. We're going to be playing some games. You're a Kuuga, like cool guy. Is that what you're trying to say? Damn, that's crazy. Talking about shows and reacting to stuff. I mean, that's today. That's today, specifically. Yay, normal Roy time. Listen, I had to make sure that we set aside some very special time that we could yap and catch up and enjoy ourselves. You know? We even have an exclusively a yapping day for Thursday. So I'm excited to spend time with you guys on Thursday and just, you know, shoot the shit. Catch up. It feels like since District V, it feels like since District V, I've been very much like playing catch up, which I do want to say thank you everybody who supported me during District V. If you guys were here for any of those live streams, if you watched any of the VODs, if you did art of District V, if you did clipping for District V, if you did memes from District V, and if you just enjoyed my perspective as playing with like the Regal Cortano of the Los Santos Police Department, 1041, then thank you, because it was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it at the end of the day, and the memories now that I have, now that we're kind of done with it, and I can share those memories with not only you guys, but the other people that played, I feel way better. I feel way happier. I feel way less stressed that I don't have to wake up and then hear shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. You know? I was so tired with that. I was so tired of that. Genuinely. I was so done with it. I was so done with it. Awesome bunny ears. Oh yeah, I guess a lot of people that watched me during like District V probably didn't realize I'm actually a bunny. Don't get too attached. Don't get too attached. Listen, I like changing up the ears every once in a while. Sometimes I go no ears. Sometimes I go regular ears. You know? Yeah. Yeah, the shots fired got old quick. Yeah, it really did. Drinking caffeine to stay awake for this? Well, hi. Good to see you, Vox Moth. Secret Bunny. Secret Agent Bunny. I guess that's 007, though. That's more McCarthy's thing. That was more Roscoe. I wrote a fic. Don't know if I'll post it. Well, if you do, definitely be sure to use one of my tags so I can find it. Actually, crazy thing. I'm pretty sure my tags have been broken with all of the District V stuff. Because, like, I keep trying to go through and check, like, my art hashtags or my thumbnail hashtags or whatever it is. And I keep, like, there's like massive gaps of stuff missing. Just genuinely, there's so much stuff missing. And I have no idea what is causing this to happen. But I'm letting you guys know now, if I don't see your art or if I don't see your clips, I'm trying to find it. I promise you. I promise you I'm trying to find it. I always try and at least at the minimum like and retweet that kind of stuff. You know? Regal and Adler were so cute. Listen, there is that one artist, which I'm saying it like that just in case they're lurking. There's Celeste that has done a bunch of amazing ship art of Regal and Adler. The ship is call sign 7299 or just 7299, whatever your preference. But yeah, they have done a bunch of amazing ship art of Regal and Adler, or of Regal and Arya, and just a bunch of really good scenarios that are like AUs and spin-offs and things like that. And then speaking of people that do art of District V, Joe was an absolute trooper during this. Obviously, you saw the majority of the thumbnails that we used for District V were by Joe and through Joe's perspective in the different events that kept happening. One of my most recent favorite ones, though, I don't know if you guys saw this. And if you didn't, go to social media. Go see this. Guys, one's in chat if you saw this, two's in chat if you didn't, and you're going to go see it now. Three's in chat, 3. Joe drew Regal, Remy, and Aurora as the opposites of what they were. Which I think mostly just means that I was a criminal, Remy was kind of a criminal. I don't know what Aurora was, because I don't think we talked about what her background was, what her backstory was. But Criminal Regal... Criminal Regal. So freaking cool. Criminal Regal is so freaking cool. I eat all Joe's art makes. Yeah. It'd be like that. 16. Mod, shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. Hey, Roy, if you're going to be a Kamen Rider, which existing gimmick would be your belt? Ooh. I like Ryuki's because I think the card system with those belts works really cool. Kabuto's was really good because it's just cast off, and whatever the Zector I would have is. Blade was also really good. Blade was also really good. Oh. Blade was also really good. I like Kuga's belt for the simplicity of it, but I don't have the aura to pull off Kuga. I don't have the aura to pull off Cho Henshin! Forze is just funny. I'm sure I'll get there at some point. We're in the middle of watching Deca Ranger, and then after that is Den-O, which I'm very excited. I really want a Ryuki belt since it was my first KR. I really liked Ryuki. I think the belts from Ryuki were great. Ryuki just fell out of my top 3 as well. Only just fell out of my top 3. My current top 3 are Kuga, Kabuto, then Blade, then Ryuki. So, hi, Cedric. Oh my gosh, he's so noisy tonight. You guys hear the boy? You guys hear the boy? Do you hear the boy? He's so noisy. Got him. I'd go with Build's gimmick. Animal combined with non-living thing. I've only seen up to Kabuto. Well, up through Kabuto, I guess, is probably the best way of explaining that. Gasp, Cedric. Was that a kitty? It is. That's who Cedric is. That's my cat. I love my boy. My beautiful baby boy. I need to finish Build, start Double, Ryuki, and Kiva. I will watch Double. How many do we have? We have Den-O, then Decade? Or do we have Den-O and then one more? Is Kiva before Decade? I think I had the order wrong. Is Kiva before Decade? Den-O, Kiva, then Decade. Yeah. Okay. And Decade is a shorter season. It's only like 30 episodes, right? Or is it 20 something? It's like 32, isn't it? I don't freaking know. The interchangeable 2 halves of a home. I do like that. That sounds pretty cool. Kiva is definitely before Decade. Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I was asking genuinely. I'm still on my Kamen Rider appreciation journey. That way I can make videos on things. 31 episodes. I was close. I said 30 or 32. It was 31. It was in the middle. I have 2 kitties. Oh, cute. I just love universal monsters. In what way? Monsters that get shared across Kamen Rider seasons. That's kind of cool. What's up, Prime? Hi. Hi, Fujipura. Wow, Jun says hello to Fujipura. That's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. 31 plus 2 canon movies. We will watch those. We have been doing really well about going through the movies and the canon stuff. So like when we did, I didn't remember that Abba Ranger had the 20th anniversary thing, so we had to go back and watch that while we were watching Deca Ranger. So what the frick? Oh, my bad. See, what I meant to say was ow. It's like a 6. It's like a week 6. So, unfortunate thing that I realized, the most recent batch of apples that I got are Red Delicious and not Cosmic Crisp. And I think Red Delicious are not that good. So, 6. Man, shoot that guy! Shut up! Devastating news. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Red Delicious. I'm going to be real. This does not taste like much. I feel like the skin has more taste than the actual like flesh. So not entirely sure what's going on with that. Yeah. I like Pink Lady. Yeah, I think we've talked about this before. Guys, what are your favorite apples? Mine are Cosmic Crisps. Not a big fan of Red Delicious. I'm going to give it a second bite just in case. Maybe I got like a bad spot, you know? Hello. Yeah, it just 5 might be more accurate. There was just like no flavor to it. I think I'm going to downgrade this to a 5. Yeah? Cedric agrees, guys. Do you hear that? Do you like Macintosh apples or Granny Smith? I don't know if I've ever had a Macintosh apple, but Granny Smith I like specifically for baking. Specifically for baking. Hi, Cedric. Oh my gosh. I like Honey Crisp and Cosmic Crisp. If they ever invent more crisp variants, I'll probably enjoy those too. Me too. I just have apples. What kind of apples? I can break apples in half with my hands. Like karate chop them? Oh, that's so cool. I gotta learn how to do that someday. Just flex at them. Just flex at them and they break. I can break anything in half with my muscles. Something like that, right? Goodness, Cedric is talkative. He is. That's my beautiful baby boy. That's my beautiful baby boy. They made Evercrisp. I like him. Wow. Even us? I mean, maybe. If you guys misbehave. Oh, I certainly broke. What'd you break? You gonna have to pay for that, June. If you broke something, you're gonna have to pay for it. I'm just letting you know. They're not that good. Oh. I just buy the cheapest per pound. Oh. I feel like most of the time I buy apples, it's like $1 an apple or like $1 per pound or something like that. So I just go with that anyway. And I just, you know, my grandfather used to grow and peel apples. So our family to make apple butter. Whoa. Apple butter sounds pretty good. Whoa. Can you break apples in half with these muscles? I'm kidding. Do you really doubt me? You really don't think I can handle it, huh? Maybe I should misbehave. What? No! I don't think you should misbehave. I think you should always behave entirely. That way I don't have to start breaking people in half. Yeah. Envy, Ambrosia apples, and Honeycrisp. Oh, your favorites, yeah. In the meantime, I do have coffee, though. I do have coffee in the meantime. Guys, small adult thing. Small adult thing. I got a water flosser that you can put a little bit of mouthwash into, and I used it for the first time today. My mouth feels so fresh. My mouth feels so... Do you guys use water flossers? One's in chat if you're a water flosser. Two's in chat if you're not a water flosser. Three's in chat if three. Make some coffee too while I'm at work. Nice. Water floss. So it is essentially a it's like a high pressurized like spigot. Think almost like a pressure washer, but like less intense. And you use it instead of dental floss. It helps clean out the gunk between your teeth. So, hi Vex, welcome in. Wow. What's a water flosser? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad I just explained it. Yeah. 3, both for regular floss and the water flosser. Ah. Hey, Makosatsu. Hi. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you again for letting me react to your content. I'm excited to jump in with Kuuga. Yeah, but well, I say jump in like I've never seen Kuuga before, and Kuuga's my number 1 right now. Oh, listen, Kabuto came pretty close. Kabuto came pretty close to my number 1. But it's also been forever since I've seen Kuuga. It's been like since the Blu-rays came out. Yeah. Welcome in, new Dusk Bunnies. It's true. It's true. Yeah. I use them because my fingers are too big to reach with my back teeth. Yeah, water flossers, yeah. Very, very, very handy. Kuuga meh? Mod shoot that guy. I love Kabuto. That's the most recent season I've seen. Because we finished that like a couple months ago. And we just started Deca Ranger. And we're keeping up, well, this coming Sunday, it's the return of Tokusatsu Sundays. So we're watching, what is it? Deca Ranger, Gavon, Zets, and I think that's it. Those 3, Deca Ranger, Zets, and Gavon. Yeah. Have you guys watched the new Zets episodes yet? I haven't. No. The last time we watched it, I think, was 3 weeks ago. Because I've been busy with District V. You know? Will you react to the history of Agito? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm excited to jump into that as well. I think because these are seasons that I've seen, I'm like more excited to jump in. But I will say, it has been a long time since I've seen Kuuga. So a lot of my feeling on it, it was not my first Kamen Rider season. So disclaimer on these are early videos. Okay, yeah. Hit me. Oba-chan once said, Kabuto is peak cinema. You know what's true? Wait, Roy, where can I watch Kamen Rider? Because my intro to them was by you, and I missed a lot before that. So there's a couple seasons that you can watch for free on YouTube. If you look up the seasons, they are officially licensed and subtitled on YouTube. Like currently airing is Kamen Rider Zets, which is the most recent and currently airing season. So they're a little rough. They're more like recaps with little production facts. I do much more work in later videos. Listen, I totally understand that. I mean, my first video was Hibiki, and even then, like, I think my Abba Ranger video is way better. Which the Abba Ranger video is almost done. And when I say almost done, I'm talking like probably not this week, but maybe next week. Which is very exciting. I've been working on the Abba Ranger video for a while. I'm slow with a lot of this stuff just because working on everything at the same time is hard. You know, working on everything at the same time. I'm sure Marcos also can relate. I'm sure Connor can relate too. So I think my Ryuki video is where I really go in depth. I'm excited for that because I really liked Ryuki until like the end. I did not like the last couple episodes of Ryuki. They had me going for like a long time. Yeah. I also had Kuuga. I mean, I'm excited for Kuuga as well. The stuff you can get legit is Ichigo, Kuuga, Ryuki, Geats, 01, and Zets. Don't forget 01. Technically, I mean, you hate Kuuga? Oh, I really like Kuuga. Kuga's my number one. It's my top 5. Oh God, I don't know what my 5th is. Okay, my top 4 are Kuuga, Kabuto, Blade, Ryuki, and then I don't know what my 5th is because I'm a freak and I don't like Faiz. So I'd probably put like Hibiki there because I think I enjoyed Hibiki more than Agito and Faiz. Oh my gosh. Black and Black RX are available worldwide. Yes, so there are physical releases for a lot of older Kamen Rider seasons now as well. I wish they were a little bit more uniform, like released under the same companies or also put on some sort of streaming platform. That would be really nice. So, yeah. Yeah. I have some news. I edited day 1 through 4 of the Cartado compilation, but it's been slow process due to my studies. Hey, no worries, Fujipuru. That sounds like a lot of fun. I hope it's going well for you. Is Faiz the rocket one? No, Faiz is the phone one. Where they go, open your eyes for the next Faiz. Like that. Hey, thank you so much for the watch streak. Thank you. Today is Kaiza Day? Is it? What makes today Kaiza Day? Wait, is today actually Kaiza Day? No way. No way. 01's my comfort show. Second is ZO, then Kuuga. I don't think I've seen ZO either. Well, ZO's later, I think. Been fun editing. I don't edit normally, so I'm learning as I go. I see. No, it's a joke. Okay. I just want to make sure. Kaiza Day is in September. Okay. Makes sense. I think Ryuki, not sure if I spelled it right, is in Amazon and Hulu. I think Kuga's on YouTube though. Kaiza Day is actually September 13th because 913. I was gonna say that makes more sense. Although we don't really have a Faiz Day because it would be like May 5th, I guess. Yeah, Kuga's on YouTube. I thought so. Do you prefer Ryuki or Dragon Knight? Well, I haven't seen Dragon Knight, so I would say Ryuki. I also liked Ryuki. I might shit on the ending because like I did not really like how Ryuki ended. I was really into Ryuki for a long time, but it definitely like waned for me. Oh, wait a minute. My number 5 is Black. There we go. Kamen Rider Black. Okay. Why did I forget that I watched Showa era seasons? I was only thinking Heisei. I was like, oh yeah, I'd put Hibiki there. Definitely don't put Black, or definitely don't put Hibiki over Black. Ain't no way. Kamen Rider Black was amazing. There we go. Ryuki endings make my head hurt so much. I hate the hand waving fixing everything. That's always what makes me sad. Black is goated for real. I really liked Black. Although I will admit, I was watching the Showa era and I watched Ichigo, V3, and V3 I did not like as much as a lot of other people did because I really did not like Rider Man. And then I was watching X and I know I finished it, but I cannot for the life of me remember anything about X. And I'm wondering if it's because I was just burnt out on watching like Ichigo and then V3 back to back and then starting X. So almost 3 Showa era seasons like back to back to back. Or if I just genuinely didn't find it that interesting. And I'm not entirely sure. So, but then after X, I skipped forward to Black and Black RX because then Kuuga had its Blu-ray releases. And I was like, yes, Blu-ray releases for Kuuga. Let's go. So, sitting here kicking my feet, waiting for season. Yeah, there you go. Saiga's activation code is 315, so that's in about a week, I guess. Oh. Wait, Saiga? I thought it was Delta. Or is it the Delta Gear? I always get it mixed up. Some of the names, like... Because it was Delta Gear, wasn't it? Saiga's from the movie? Oh, okay, I didn't see the movie. I think I was just so upset with Fies that I just left. I was like, see ya. Goodbye. See ya. Cedric agrees. Thank you, Cedric. I appreciate that. Not the Rider Man slander. Leave my boy alone. Okay, so in my defense, watching V3, I was having a really good time with V3. And then Rider Man kept getting in the way. And I think, like, people try and paint him now as an anti-hero, but he was just a villain. Rider Man literally, like, got in V3's way so many times and stopped V3 from killing the current head of Shocker, like, twice. And it really stretched on the season. I was like, yeah, let's go V3! Defeat Shocker! And then Rider Man got in the way, and then we got another 10 episodes. And I was just like, oh. So that's why I don't like Rider Man that much. Because, like, everyone, like, always talks him up, like, how he's amazing. And I'm like, he just kind of got in V3's way a lot. Like, a ton. Rider Man was okay, though I wasn't a fan of his suit. I will admit, the suit did not do anything for me. I've heard that he has done more justice in... Is it Decade? I think someone said that he's like... He has like a really good arc in a later season. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. I'm here for that. Rider Man, the guy that only got a robo hand. Yeah, he puts on a helmet and a suit. Like, he doesn't transform. He just puts on a helmet. And then he has like an interchangeable hand. It starts out as like a hook. It has like a bunch of different gadgets that it can turn into. Yeah. Honestly, Kamen Rider during the Showa era wasn't that interesting, especially comparing to Sentai during the time. I mean, there are some pieces of that I'll agree with, but I haven't seen Super Sentai in the Showa era. I haven't seen a single Showa era Sentai season. If Marco Satsu is still here, he might be able to back me up on this. But I really, really liked Ichigo. Ichigo just had some sort of charm of them not knowing what the hell they were doing. And that like fumbling nature really, really, really made it fun and enjoyable. V3 also made it really fun and enjoyable because it was like a new era of Kamen Rider that was being educated and taught by the previous Kamen Riders, but then also having to deal with his own things because he definitely wasn't, you know, Ichigo or Nigo. And I really liked that too. And then I didn't really like Rider Man. And then X felt so disconnected from them. And not necessarily in a good way. Was Rider Man the inspiration for Moomin Rider from One Punch? I think I just realized that. I don't think so. Maybe. It's like, I think you could probably just say Rider in general, like Kamen Rider in general. You know? I think you could probably just say, in general, Kamen Rider is the inspiration for him. I don't know. Ichigo and V3 are fun, and Black isn't in my top 10, but the rest of them just felt the same in a bad way. Oh, like the rest of the Kamen Rider seasons. I think that's probably why I enjoyed Black so much. Yeah, I really liked Black. Black was really good. And ironically, I also really enjoyed Black RX. Like if I'm talking like my favorites from the Showa era, it was Black, then Ichigo, then Black RX. And I've seen a couple seasons. V3 and X are a little bit lower for me, unfortunately. Ectophase activate. Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one, Chief. Master Rider. Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that. I meant Black is in my top 10. It's my number 5 right now, but I haven't seen that many. I haven't seen that many seasons. So I've seen Ichigo, V3, X, Black, Black RX, Kuuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fies, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto. So 12 seasons I've seen. but I barely remember V3 and barely remember X. Like, not at all remember X. And even then, it's like, unfortunately, the more seasons I see, I have a harder time grasping the previous seasons that I've seen. So that's kind of why I'm enjoying making the videos about them, because it's helping me remember more. It's just so much to remember. Like, Power Rangers is there eternally. But Kamen Rider, unless I make videos about it or like I yap about it constantly, I'm going to forget everything. So he's so close to bearing witness to greatness, but Tokusatsu hasn't gotten any new seasons in years. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If only Fi's characters talk to each other. Yeah, Fi's... I just really didn't like the writing. I just really didn't like the writing. The writing for Fi's made me really upset. But the music for Fi's was great. The suits were great. The henshin sequence was great. I actually liked our main writer. Like, Fi's himself was awesome. I liked him. But man, so much of the rest of the show I did not enjoy. So when's the Den-O watch party? After we finish Deca Ranger. So starting back up this Sunday, if you guys have not already joined up, come join the Discord, !Discord in chat. It is free to come join, so feel free to come hang out with us. Every Sunday, starting again this Sunday, we watch Tokusatsu together. So we'll be watching, I think we have 3 or 4 episodes of Zets to watch, 3 episodes of Gavon to watch, or we'll have 3 episodes of Gavon to watch. And then whatever leftover time after that, we'll be watching Deca Ranger. Because Deca Ranger is the current season that we're on. We alternate between Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. So right now we're on Deca Ranger, and then when we go back to Kamen Rider, it'll be Den-O. Because I blame my chat for this one. I was 2 seasons behind on Super Sentai. But I said this, I was like, hey guys, like, I'm 2 seasons behind on Super Sentai because I was more excited to watch Kamen Rider. Like, I can catch up on Super Sentai on my own, that were the same year releases. And everyone was like, no, we want to watch them together. I was like, oh. So now Kamen Rider is just 2 years ahead of Super Sentai for me. Yeah. How dare you try and Toku without us? I mean, I might go back and try and watch some of the Showa era stuff. I'm not going to lie. Thoughts on Deca Ranger? I really like it so far. Actually, like, genuinely, it... Ironically, almost in the way that Kabuto felt very junk food Kamen Rider in a good way, Deca Ranger also kind of feels junk food Super Sentai. It's enjoyable. The music is fantastic. I think the morph, the henshin, is very goofy because I don't really like the excessive flipping. It looks really weird. But I think, like, you know, Emergency Deca Ranger, like, awesome pose, awesome henshin. The roll call is a little long, which is, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Doggy's great. He just morphed for the first time. He just henshined for the first time. So that's also really, really cool. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun considering Kamen Rider has less seasons than Super Sentai. No, I think at the point that we're at, they're even, aren't they? Because we're going to be watching Den-O. So. Whoa, Deca a junk food? It was gourmet to me. I'm only like 16 episodes in. So it could get way better. It could get way better. Just like Kabuto for me, early was, this is junk food Kamen Rider. But because it kept that, like, consistency of, I'm not having a bad time. I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying this. This is really fun. And then eventually Kabuto just, like, took over, and I was like, you know what? It did junk food really, really well, and I enjoyed it throughout the entirety of it. Deca Ranger could be the same thing, because, like, I give Kabuto a 9 out of 10. It's my second favorite season. And I consider it junk food Kamen Rider in a good way, affectionately. Junk food is a good thing when I say it in this regard. So, Jasmine, my beloved, I think she might be my favorite. Deca Yellow, yeah. Kamen Rider also went on hiatus for basically a decade in the 90s. Yeah, I know, but we're way past that point. We're on, like, our next season is Den-O. So, We are pretty past that point. Jasmine a baddie even after 20 years. Oh yeah, she was part of the mom special, right? With Hurricane Blue, Deca Yellow, and Maji Pink? Question mark? Hey Roy, my second favorite bunny man. Second favorite mod, shoot that guy. How was District V? It was fun. But I don't know if I want to answer any more questions if I'm only your second favorite bunny man. It's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up. Kabuto does hyperspeed better than any other modern speedster show. Ooh. I probably agree with that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Death by laser. Oh my gosh. Deca Ranger is fun. I'm not a fan of stories that don't have an overarching plot, but Deca Ranger does it well. I think that might be why I'm considering it junk food Super Sentai at the moment, because there's not really a centralized plot, but because a lot of the episodes are like mini mysteries in and of themselves because they're supposed to be cops and detectives, it very much feels good. I don't think I think I've only had like one episode where I was like, this is not good, which was Deca Pink had to like babysit an alien. And that's like the only episode that I was like, I'm so not here for this episode. And then as soon as that episode was over, I'm like, I'm in. Put me in. Put me in, Chief. You haven't seen Kamen Rider Geats yet. Nope. The most recent season I'm watching is Zet's, and that's only because it's airing. So we will absolutely be going forward with more Kamen Rider after we finish Deca Ranger, though. Yeah, that baby was not fun. Can't wait to hear your thoughts about Maji Ranger when you get to Maji Ranger. Soon! I mean, we got to finish Deca Ranger and then Den-O, and then we're on to Maji Ranger. So if everything goes according to plan, we return to Tokusatsu Sundays this Sunday. We get back to normalcy, and then also I need to spend some of my off days doing some Go stuff so I can record and start recording for the Kamen Rider Kabuto video, which is very exciting. But yeah, then we were joking about how Blue would have been more fun to watch the baby. Yeah, because it's just like, I feel like it would have made more sense too if Yellow watched the baby. I feel like they were already setting up the motherly vibes with a previous episode that she had, a previous two-parter she had. It just didn't make sense to give it to Pink. So, hi Wildcard. Yeah. Geats was actually the first season I completed. Oh, nice. I started with Ichigo, which I had a couple people tell me, they're like, I have no idea how you did that. How you started with Ichigo and fell in love with Kamen Rider. I just remember looking at it. I think the episode where Ichigo is hiding underground in a coffin that was for Hitler, and the bad guys dig him up, and he pops up out of the coffin. He's like, "You fools! I knew you would dig up this coffin." And it's like, yes, yeah, yeah. It is so dumb. Yeah, quite literally. I did not misspeak. That is actually the plot. They go to find a treasure that is apparently hidden in that coffin, and Ichigo finds it first, digs it up, hides himself in the coffin, and reburies himself. So that way when Shocker, the bad guys for the season, for most of the show era, when they dig him up, when they dig the coffin up, he's in the coffin. So he pops out of the coffin. He's like, "You fools." It's so goddamn funny. I love it, dude. It's so funny. But that's like the stuff that I loved about Ichigo. Because like as soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm locked out. I'm not locked in anymore. I'm locked off. However you want to call it. But I'm so enjoying my time with this because I can just smile and laugh and nod along. So X is a monster that's, oh yeah, Hitler Starfish. Yeah, Hitler Starfish. Yeah, brain turn off mode helps a lot. The right amount of junk food. I think that's probably why Ichigo was so successful too, because there wasn't anything else like it. Even today, I would say there's nothing else like Kamen Rider Ichigo. It is one of a kind masterpiece. Go watch it. It's so fun and enjoyable, and it has really, really good messages. Like Ichigo's like famous quote of like, human life is more important than anything else. You know, above all else, human life is the most precious. So it's like, there's so many good moments in Ichigo. No, we're not talking about Bleach. We're talking about Kamen Rider Ichigo from 1971. Ironically, Repro, so I agree with that 100%. I actually think it got way better after the change. I think I was still enjoying it, but once Nigo shows up, once Kamen Rider Nigo shows up, something about the chemistry in the show changed. And then when Ichigo came back, I was like, whoa, they found something. They found something. And then the two of them together for like the last like 15, 20 episodes, I was like, hold up a second. They caught it. They got the lightning in a bottle. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, it's interesting that people are getting into Rider very recently with series like Geats. I got into Rider through Den-O around 2009, 2010. I got in with Ichigo when it started airing on Tubi? That was my first Kamen Rider season. That's the reason that the double Riders, true. As good as Shin Kamen Rider looks, it's too rushed. Watch Ichigo for the full experience. Oh, is that the movie? I haven't even seen it. You gotta watch those first 15 before Kamen Rider 2 shows up. Yes, I agree. Yeah, and fun fact about that, it's because the actor that played Ichigo actually injured himself doing a stunt. Ichigo goes hard. I think it does. I think it's aged really well. I think it's aged genuinely very well. But you have to be understanding and willing to accept that this is a show from 1971. So I was the opposite. I did not care for Nigo. I didn't originally either. For like the first couple of episodes with Nigo, I was like, I don't know. This isn't our boy. But I did come to like him. Yeah. Shark Raid. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. What, do you have a tongue piercing? Why not? Bleh. What's wrong with tongue piercings? I just realized that means Kamen Rider is 55 years old. Yep. Zets is the 55th anniversary season, I believe, is how they set it up to be. That's why it's the first one that's simulcasting around most of the world. Yeah. Hi, Roy. What's up, Victoria? Guys, before we actually get into the video, let's do one more thing. So, I had some cool stuff show up. So, I had 2 candles show up. 2 more candles! Yippee! Ed Gaylor. This one's like a cologne, and it smells really good. And then this one is Yankee Candle. It's a kitchen spice. So kitchen spices. So we've got cologne and kitchen spice. What are we feeling, guys? Cologne or kitchen spice? Cologne or kitchen spice? Kitchen spice, Gaylord candle, kitchen spice. Scent of the hand? No. Kitchen, cologne. I think it's going to be kitchen. I'm feeling that it's kitchen. All right. Yeah. Look at that color, too. Guys, take a whiff. Veiny hands? Yeah, because I work out. What do you want from me? Okay. Wait. Gexo! It's lit, but that might take a while to burn down. That might take a while to burn down. The wick is very long. Damn. I didn't know Roy had fingers. I know, right? Isn't that insane? Sniffs candle, sniffs your hand. Why are you sniffing my hand? Why would you do that? Not even June sniffs my hand. That's crazy. I keyed. Oh yeah, I wasn't here for most of it. How'd you enjoy RE9? I really liked it. I do have my gripes about RE9. I actually think the Grace combat and gameplay is better than the Leon gameplay. I think because enemies take so long to get stumbled or staggered that the gameplay mentality from like RE4 remake or RE4 original, where like you go for like some leg shots to get them to stumble and then go for a melee attack, that doesn't work. And I had to find that out very fast. And enemies feel like giga damage sponges. But like Grace, I was like, I had a lot of fun with it. I really, really enjoyed it with Grace. But yeah, I really dislike enemies with guns in Resident Evil games, because they're usually like, the games are just not built for gun versus gun gameplay. Like, it's just not built for it. So like having to fight like soldiers with Leon sucked. Having to deal with the random zombies that have guns sucks. Having to deal with the zombies with mortars sucks. What else? Really disliked one of the bosses you had to fight as Leon. I won't say specifically which, so I can avoid most spoilers. But yeah, there's one boss fight with Leon that I was like, this sucked. I did not enjoy this. So, yeah. Unpopular opinion, I don't particularly like that they gave Leon the RE6 treatment. I think it's still RE4, but it's like it deviated enough from RE4 that I was like a little upset. Honestly, same. All of the bosses in RE9 suck except the final boss. All of them? I don't know about all of them. I didn't mind the final boss. Yeah, I didn't hate the final boss. Yeah, all is a strong statement. I don't think I hated all of them. Some of them. Would you still love if I was a worm? Me, worm. And Wama. That's crazy. You could say it tends to miss their shot with the mechanics. Not the mechanics, just the gameplay sometimes. Do you wear glasses IRL? No, but I do have glasses. I'm supposed to wear them when I drive, but I think my vision improved. But I also don't drive because I don't own a car. So everything I do is remote. So I sold my car. So just kind of chilling. Or he's trying to balance the gameplay with new and old styles. Yeah, it's just Leon's style felt a little muddy. I wanted it to be less. I wanted it to be more RE4 remake. And it didn't feel like it. You know? Peter Parker vision. Yeah, I get bit by a radioactive spider and all of a sudden I'm like doing the Tobey Maguire, you know? The final boss is just a reskin RE3R. Came out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't hate it. It does kind of feel like it came out of nowhere. It felt very fan servicey. I'll say that much. But I didn't hate it. Especially because it was like, it just wasn't bad. You know, I didn't hate it. So, Spider-Man 3, Roy. I don't know about that. I'm not doing that dance. Is RE9 getting DLC? Yes. So right now, I think the rumor is one of it's going to be about Leon in the time between RE7 and RE8, which is, I think, a 4-year gap. So whatever Leon was doing during that time. And then the other one is supposed to be what happens right after RE9. So, thoughts on aged up Leon? I mean, he's aged well. He's an attractive man. Don't get me wrong. I just don't go Awuga over him. It's going to be such a weird thing to say. I think part of the reason why I don't go Awuga over him, and I think he is a very attractive man. I've never gone Awuga over Leon. And everyone's talking about like, oh, like choke me out, choke me, like Leon, like squeeze me with those biceps. And I'm just kind of like, I have the same like musculature as Leon, like IRL. So, so like that's the funny thing. So, yeah, I am the biceps. It's true. It's true. I mean, he's no Redfield. Yeah, Chris is literally like, Chris quite literally is bigger than Leon in terms of like arms. Yeah, and no one went this crazy over Chris. There were definitely some people that were going to Awuga. I think I actually was like, damn, Chris. Like, I think I was going more over it with Chris. You know? Now, don't get me wrong. Leon is hot. And would for Leon. Absolutely. But, like, everybody's going crazy over Leon. Everyone went crazy over Leon. Damn. Roy, bro, what's your maximum bench? Nah, because my max bench isn't that high. My max bench isn't that high. Because I work out not for the ego lift. I work out for form. You know? Roy's the one with the... No, I'm the one with the muscles and the power. No. Oh my god. My head's big enough for you all. Don't worry. All right, line up. Line up, guys. 1's in chat if you want to get your head crushed by my biceps. 2's in chat if you... I don't know, if you're looking at other parts of my arms. 3's in chat of 3. Oh my gosh. Popular opinion, Roy's better than Leon. Hell no, I'm not. I don't even think I'm better than Leon. Leon's dope. I love Leon. He's awesome. When did you start your journey in working out? I wanted to be a sexy bitch. I wanted to be a sexy bitch. That way when I went to conventions, people would be like, wow, Roy, you're buff. Hottest RE character was Heisenberg from 8. I think that's a valid entry into the hot Resident Evil characters. You know? Why are you the color of whole milk? I don't know. Why don't you ask your dad? Roy's not buff. Roy is Roy. Buff is buff. You know what? That's true. I'll have to tell Buff that. That's a good joke. That's a good one. Knowing me, I'd be curious if I could bridal carry you. I mean, probably. You know? He's Chris. You, the master at punching boulders, can use this. Barry, what the hell? Do we ever see Heisenberg's face? Yeah. We have like a 1-to-1 with him before we go into the factory in RE8. Someone needs to draw Roy in Chris's outfit. I mean, Chris's outfit, but also Leon's. Just draw me again in Leon's, but without the coat and from the front, so you can see how it like hugs all my muscles. You know? There's that one meme gif that's going around where like Leon very epically spins the Requiem around and then gives it to Grace, and she like falls to the ground because it's so heavy. And then she stands back up as Leon takes his coat off. And then both of his arms tense flex, and I'm like, that I want to be drawn like that. That's the Leon outfit I want to be drawn in now. Isn't Roy the color of skim milk? I don't think so. I'm like an off creamy white. I'm creamy. Yeah. Yeah. Oop, ideas for Joe. Good thing Joe's not here. He can't hear me talking about how I want to wear skin-tight clothes that show off the muscles. And my tits. Most important part. Well, maybe second most, because people usually care more about the biceps so they can get, crushed in it or something like that, Very strawberry milk, we'll take it. What's up, Neon Fox? Welcome in, everybody. My name is Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor. I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Welcome, guys. We're just yapping before we get into yapping. I'm trying to go on these side quests again as we get back into normalcy with streaming. But welcome in, guys. We're going to be reacting to the history of Kamen Rider Kuuga by Marco Satsu. Very excited to jump into some more history-style videos, especially in the Toku community, and to give my 2 cents. It's been a while since I've seen Kuuga, but yeah. Get rated by the Fox. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'd want a Code Veronica remake mainly because I think Alexia is an amazing and underrated villain, and I think a remake would make people appreciate her more. So here's a crazy thing. And I was realizing this the other day, and I'm totally down to talk about this. RE9 retconned RE5. So genuinely, I think the next Resident Evil we're getting is RE5 remake. Or Code Veronica and then RE5 remake. But the weird thing is, and bear with me on this, and this is not to say that I dislike the game. This is not to say that it's a bad game. This is not to downplay people's favorite games. Code Veronica is kind of very inconsequential to what is currently happening in Resident Evil. Wesker's gone. Claire is only really in the Revelations games. And you could really only say that about Revelations 2. She's not actively in the BSAA. She's not in the DSO. Chris is doing his own thing, but he was in Resident Evil 8. Like I said, Wesker's gone. And every other character of consequence in Code Veronica is gone. So, as much as I'm like, yeah, Code Veronica needs a remake, and it would be awesome to get one, I kind of don't, I'm kind of like, it doesn't make sense. I think they would sooner do an RE5 remake maybe, rather than Code Veronica, because 5 still has a lot of stuff that is relevant to the plot now. So, retconned how? Okay, I'm going to talk about a little bit of RE9 spoilers real quick. Real quick, I'm going to talk about a little bit of RE9 spoilers. If you don't want to get spoiled in RE9, avert your ears. I will do this when I am done talking about RE9 spoilers. Okay? So, the biggest thing that RE9 changes is Spencer. Spencer's whole character is completely different. So much so to the point where his entire character is retconned. Which means RE5 original no longer fits into the timeline that we're in. And I'm going to break it down for you. It's really simple. In RE9, we get this conversation with Alyssa and Spencer. And Spencer very much gives this whole like, man, I really regret what I did because I didn't realize that by doing what I did in the Arklay Mountains and with Umbrella as a whole, that I was essentially opening Pandora's box and that everyone else was going to start marketing bioweapons and it was going to become a global pandemic. And I didn't realize how much it was going to fuck up the world. He shows remorse. And because now we know what Elpis is because of RE9, it shows that he legitimately was like, I feel bad for what I did. Here's the solution of how to fix it. And here's this little girl. Here's my redemption arc. However, if you're playing Resident Evil 5 Literally, the opening scene or the flashback scenes in Lost in Nightmares DLC, which is canon because it's the prequel, what leads directly into RE5. You see Wesker kill Spencer. And before that, they're having a conversation where Spencer is very much talking to Wesker and talking about like, it should have been me. I was meant to be a god. And he's like grandstanding and giving this like megalomaniac vibes. Like, this motherfucker don't care. He is not redeemable. He does not think that he's done anything wrong. He is still dead set on trying to become a god. And thus, RE9 completely retconned that, which is I'm okay with it so long as we get an RE5 remake. However, I will say the one thing that does kind of frustrate me, I do wish Resident Evil would have just let the villains be villains. I don't think RE9 needed this big redemption arc for Spencer. I don't really know why it was required. If anything, it could have been like Annette Birkin. If it was like Annette Birkin being like, hey, I made this as a failsafe just in case the G virus ever got out because I wanted to protect Sherry. I think that could have been really cool, especially because Sherry was a character that was kind of in RE9. Sherry was also kind of wasted. I'm not going to lie. She was just a background character. That kind of sucked. But yeah, I think giving Spencer a redemption arc was just really weird, and really out of left field, like genuinely out of left field. Like, they didn't try and save Birkin. They didn't try and make Birkin a hero or fix Birkin's story at all. He's still a piece of shit that made the G virus and then went crazy with power over it, you know? Yeah. It was a trap to catch the veterans at the ending. Yeah. It's not necessarily a bad thing. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it matters that much. It was very much whiplash though, because like I was saying before, if Spencer is still alive in the conversation that he had with Alyssa and it was in person, it means that he then goes from that conversation that he has with Alyssa to the mansion scene with Wesker, where he has this giant grandstanding monologue where he's a megalomaniac talking about being a god. And that just doesn't make sense. There's a huge disconnect between that. It fits timeline wise, but it's retcon. Like, there's no way it makes sense anymore. And I think that's probably why they're going to remake RE5 next, so they can fix or fine tune that. I think, at least. I think that might be something that they do. And again, it's not because Code Veronica's bad, but Code Veronica has quite literally zero anything that happens in the game that is even remotely important for any of the other games. The T Veronica virus never comes up again, or if it does, it's like they mutated the T Veronica virus into something else. Alexia never comes up again. The Ashcrofts never come up again. Or what? Not Ashcrofts. What are Alfred and Alexia's last name? Is it Ashford? Thank you. I knew it was Ash. Ashcroft is Alyssa and Grace. But like, literally nothing that happens in Code Veronica matters except for the Wesker stuff. And that's really only in Code Veronica X, which most people will say is not the canon version or is like not their preferred version. So I'm like, if they do Code Veronica, cool, but it's going to be way more about Wesker. And I'm okay with that. But at the same time, like, it just doesn't really have any bearing. Like, they already did 4 and they showed that Wesker's a piece of shit and alive. You know? I don't know. All right. Spoilers over. Give me more Wesker. I won't complain. I kind of wish we knew a bit more about Xeno in that sense, but I'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. No more spoilers. You're You like burgers? I do. I do, in fact, like burger. I do, in fact, like burger. Yeah. I like the idea of Elpis. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. We're done. Almost read more stuff. Ooh, it's over. Yeah, we're gonna not talk about it. Don't read up for chat. Don't read up in chat. That's all I'm saying. Don't read up in chat. But yeah, all in all, I'll give RE9. I'll give it like a rough 8. So I give it like a rough 8 out of 10. So now it's time for Kamen Rider. Choheshin Kamen Rider Kuuga. Just like that. So let's dive on over, shall we? Scrub whip. Okay, let's grab the video. Choheshin Kamen Rider Kuuga. Yippee! Okay, I found it. Okay, so first things first. We thank Marco Satsu. So if you guys are curious about where this video came from, everyone say thank you to Marco Satsu. They were here in the chat earlier. They have a bunch of awesome videos about the history of Kamen Rider, various seasons. This one is from 7 years ago. Almost 6 years ago, or almost 8 years ago, rather. So this one is only about 20 or so minutes. I'll probably stop to talk about it as things are going on. You guys know me. But like, as you can see, the Agito video is longer. The Ryuki video is even longer. So, and Marco Satsu themselves was saying like, hey, Ryuki is really when things got really good. But hey, I'm going to give you some slack because my videos suck too. I shouldn't even say too. I haven't even seen yours. Yours is probably way better than mine. Yours is probably you probably did Kuuga justice in 20 something minutes where I couldn't do Hibiki justice in 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh, hi, Torn. Hi. Are you doing you? Okay, guys, let us dive in for Kamen Rider Kuuga. Let's see what's going on. Yo, inspired? He's got the whole, oh, this was inspired by Linkara's History of Power Rangers. Okay, I see you. Torn, I pick you up and the History of Kuuga.
This is it, the start of a new era.
Quite literally. Yeah, we talked about this briefly before. I'm sure he'll say it too. In case you guys didn't know, Kamen Rider had a really weird hiatus period where after Kamen Rider Black RX, which came out in 1989, I believe, they had about a 12-year gap or 11-year-ish gap between when they would start Kamen Rider TV shows again. They did have 3 movies in the middle of that. They had Kamen Rider... It was Shin Kamen Rider. Is it J? Kamen Rider J? What's the other one? I always forget one of them. ZO? Is it ZO? Is it ZO? Okay, cool. J and ZO. Okay, good. So they had 3 movies, and from what I understand, the movies did not do well. Oh, ZO? Oh. Well, thank you for telling me. I do like having my pronunciations correct. So during that time, unfortunately, it's Kamen Rider Shin. My apologies. Kamen Rider Shin, Kamen Rider J, and Kamen Rider ZO. Unfortunately, these movies did not perform well. They did not get a lot of money. And part of the, I've seen this before. I don't know how accurate this is. I would have to do some research. J and ZO have very similar looking suits, which caused a bit of confusion, but they don't really tie into the other seasons too much. And it's just a very like, I don't know why they opted for movies. Maybe just because the budget they made, the money that they made from Black and Black RX, maybe. Who knows? But regardless, Kamen Rider did finally return in the year 2000, and it is technically the first Heisei era Kamen Rider series, and in my opinion, really sets the tone nicely for the difference between the Showa era and the Heisei era. Because I was coming from Black and Black RX to then Kuuga, and that jump is massive. It's also worth noting that when Kuuga started, it was the first Kamen Rider series, Toku series in general, I believe, that filmed at 60 frames a second at 1080i. It wasn't 1080p yet, but 1080i, 60 frames a second in the year 2000 is crazy. And I say this because nowadays you can obviously go pick up the Blu-ray box set for Kuuga. Highly recommend it. The Blu-ray set is amazing. It's gorgeous. They cleaned up the show super well. It's aged like fine wine. Go check it out, please. Also, hi, Kishan. Hi. Oh my gosh, all the homies are here. We got Torn in one hand. I got Keyshawn in the other. Yippee! Okay, back to this.
Well, technically the Heisei era started during Black RX, but in terms of...
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, like year-wise, because the eras that Japan has, like the three main ones we're going to talk about in Toku is Showa, Heisei, Reiwa. We're currently in the Reiwa era, but it's always based on the actual years and who the emperor is in Japan. So during, I think it was Black RX, they had the transition of eras. So technically, Black RX is the first, but not really. And then the movies as well are technically... but no one considers it. Everyone just considers the start of the Heisei era to be Kuuga.
Kamen Rider, the Heisei era is from Kuuga onwards.
Yeah.
As some may know, there was a huge gap of Rider shows after Black RX, with there only being a few movies. So what caused the revival of Kamen Rider? There was a resurgence of Rider merchandise that created a buzz around Japan. Toei was aware, and so the rest is history.
Where did that come from? Does anyone know why there was a sudden resurgence in merch for Kamen Rider? That people were just buying a bunch? Yeah, Vines, we're talking about Kuuga. That's crazy. Good question. Yeah, it's Marco Satsu. Yeah, they gave their permission just like some of the other people that we reacted to. Probably just nostalgia, I guess. Interesting. For when I heard Black RX didn't do well, which is why we went on hiatus. Really? I thought it was the movies didn't do well. I thought it was the movies that did poorly. Like they did like garbage in the box office. Interesting. Well,
all right, let's get into the show.
Yay!
Naturally, we start with episode 1, Revival. You probably know why it's called Revival. So the show opens with a tribute to Shitaru Ishinomori, and you'll see bits here and there that will feel like homages to his past works too. We then see text that says, please watch in a well-lit room. I don't think people in the modern day do that, especially when binge watching other shows. Now,
guys, are you watching the stream in a well-lit room? One's in chat if you're watching in a well-lit room. Two's in chat if you're not watching in a well-lit room. Three's in chat if 3. Could be the case of many Showa fans having kids and showing Rider to their kids. It could be that. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I'm seeing a lot of 2s, guys. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Guys, turn on your lights. Everyone turn on your lights right now. What's 2 but extra? Extra darkness? What kind of darkness is this? Huh? What kind of darkness is this? 4! I'm not sure that guy. Keyshawn! Listen, so long as Torn isn't watching in the dark. If Torn was watching in the dark, she's going to tear my heart out. Let me tell you that. This is advanced darkness? Damn. Okay, well, you know what?
Now we begin with a look into the past.
You know
An
what?
ancient warrior is seen fighting monsters until
You know
he is
what?
laid to rest.
Now
then
one-
a hand
okay.
appears over
There
his
we go.
coffin. Cue intro theme. I wasn't really too fond of the theme at first, but it started to really grow on me. I think it's because I understand the overall theme that it's going for. The whole I'm going to be
pain!
stronger with no fear or no pain. It really parallels the show's own ideals.
It's so good.
And-
Yeah, if you haven't heard the opening theme for Kamen Rider Kuuga, Chohenshin Kamen Rider Kuuga. Kuuga's opening theme is so good. It is how I describe it though is like I feel like you normally wouldn't listen to that type of song without it being an opening, but as an opening, I think it's a banger. Because it's like every time you watch it, it reminds you of the themes of the show and gets you in that vibe, gets you in that mood. And I really, really do think it is a banger. It is an absolute timeless classic. So good. Yeah.
At an airport, we meet our protagonist, Yusuke Godai, as he tries to cheer up a lost child.
The goat.
When that doesn't work, he does everything an adult would do. Juggle? Next, we see a...
Okay, listen, leave my mans alone, okay? He's a little stupid, okay? Leave my mans alone. He's a little stupid, okay?
Woman working on her computer. This woman is named Sakurako Sawatari, and she's a longtime friend of Yusuke. She was working on translating a language found in a nearby ruin when she stumbled across a warning, so she calls the excavation team only to find out that they're in danger. Yusuke hurries. On his way there, he sees lightning coming from the ground.
Lightning from the ground. I loved so much of like the videography from this season too, because it, like, obviously we've had like ancient civilization stuff before, but I really liked how Kuuga World built this. I was always a really big fan of it, you know? Here's the goals of obtaining 2,000 skills. Yeah. I forgot about that. And like I said, it's been a while since I haven't seen Kuuga since the Blu-rays came out. So it's been 5 years? 4 years? Maybe 4. Maybe 3. I can't remember. Yeah, leave him alone.
Same morning, Yusuke arrives. He talks to an officer where we have a decent attempt at humor in an otherwise serious season. By the way, this officer's name is Ichijo. I love him already.
Yeah, Ichijo's great. Fantastic foil to Godai Yusuke. Like, just genuinely fantastic character. I think these two are such an incredible pair. And like, you can ship them. You can call it yaoi. You can, say, hey man, Kamen Rider was shipping so hard with these two. I just really like their dynamic. Cause Cop, very, very straight laced, very much like, hey, like we got to do things by the book. And Godai Yusuke just being very much, hey, I got to save people. We got to make people smile, like at any cost necessary. Even myself. So, yes, the best secondary rider, honestly.
Yusuke also sees a brand new toy. I mean, ancient belt. Its name is called the Arkle and has a pretty cool design, which I'll get into in a bit.
I do
Yusuke
really
introduces
like it.
Ichijo to Sakurako. The three go to the police station to watch a video from the excavation. Ichijo leaves but gives Yusuke and Sakurako the Arkle to study. Meanwhile, a monster attacks with the power of dated special effects.
Okay, listen. It came out in the year 2000. Relax. Don't go for the juggler. Okay? Don't go for the juggler too much. All right? That's a little crazy.
During the attack, Yusuke puts on the Arkle because he feels like it. Then he becomes Kamen Rider Kuuga. I gotta say, Kuuga's suit designs aren't exactly my favorite, but they do grow on you.
I'll agree with that. I do think like the pre-evolved form, because I don't know what else what is it called again? Like the grub? It's like something. This form is kind of weak. And you'll see like growing form. You'll see like it's just a black undersuit with like random bits of armor, but like here down it's just black undersuit. And that's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing, But it is really noticeable with Kuuga's outfit. It's like almost an entirely black bodysuit with like random pieces of armor across it. I like it. I especially like the theming for Kuuga's suit. I think the bug theme fits really well. I really like the different colors that he gets as it goes on. But yes.
Dated CGI aside, I did say I like the Arkle's design. It's simple, but it looks like it could be an actual relic. The suit's torso is very basic with almost nothing for the bottom half.
Yeah.
This white Kuuga is known as his growing form.
I should have just waited. My bad, Marco Satsu. My bad. That's on me. You had me. I knew you did.
Though other forms are similar to what I described.
Yeah.
Yusuke and the monster fight, ending up in a helicopter that Ichijo is in. After the battle, Yusuke gives a thumbs up until sundown. Now for the ending theme. I really like this song. It's very soothing and I love harmonica.
I forgot Kamen Rider had ending themes. We watched Kabuto, which doesn't have an ending theme, and I forgot. I forgot.
Later on,
anyway,
we see a funeral for one of the archaeologists that died while digging through the ruins.
Damn.
During the funeral, a young girl begins to cry. Yusuke sees this and decides that he wants to fight so everybody would be able to smile. A little cheesy, yes, although it adds to Yusuke's character. Ichijo...
Yeah, because, like, the big thing that you get from Godai Yusuke, like, in the short amount of time that you're with him is he's kind of goofy, he's kind of silly, but he cares about protecting people, and he cares about protecting the smiles of people. You'll see him constantly smiling and giving thumbs up, and it's a story moment later why he does it. But, like, genuinely, I love him. I think he's just such a fun character that seems really surface level. Like, he doesn't seem too deep, too complex. And then you start, like, understanding the psychology of him. I love Yusuke. Just an amazingly fun character. Yeah.
Was given a tip that a monster is residing in a church. He tries to fight it, but fails. Then Yusuke arrives.
So good.
This is Kuga's mighty form. Okay, a long time ago I didn't really like Kuga's suits that much because they were definitely outdated in-betweens of Showa and Heisei. Now I really like them.
Okay, good. All right, you know what? Same. I was going to say Kuga's main form is goated. Like, red is so good. It's so freaking good. Also, yes, this entire scene, he's fighting a vampire monster, which is very reminiscent of, like, Ichigo, because I think one of the first monsters Ichigo fought was a bat monster too. But, like, not the first, I don't think. I can't remember, though. I genuinely can't remember. But, like, literally it's like stained glass windows in the background, like church topography, like, getting melted down, and everything's on fire. And, you know, Yusuke is just like, I'm gonna do this! Misate Orino Henshi! And he is screaming and goes crazy with it. And it's just such a really, really well put together scene. You know? Usually a bat or spider is the first baddies. Yeah, I thought as much. But yeah, really, really, really freaking good.
Especially the other forms we'll see later.
Yes.
Mighty form has a really nice shade of red, and the torso is so shiny. And the helmet is such a classic.
Also, what did I say, guys? They're just, listen, history will say they're just good friends. History will say they're just good friends. You know?
In a meeting, the police discuss these monsters.
Oh my gosh.
The police call them unidentified life forms. Kuga growing form is referred to as unidentified life form number 2, Kuga mighty form is number 4, and so on. You should notice by now that the police are a pretty big part of Kuga, and that's something I really like.
It's ironic too, because, and I think I'm gonna extinguish the candle now. One of the ironic things about Kamen Rider to this point, pretty much there's no really outside help in any of the previous Kamen Rider seasons, at least that I've seen, that the main Kamen Rider gets. You know, there's always, like, they have a support group, they have other people that are there to assist them, especially if you watch Ichigo, especially if you watch, you know, V3, especially if you watch X, especially if you watch Black and Black RX. They have a support group. You know, they have people that are supporting them. But, like, the cops are actively taking an ongoing role in investigating what's going on in the world at the time, trying to develop weaponry to fight the bad guys. It's not just, they're not just standing idly by. Hey, Lil Navali, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm your coffee-fueled host with the most, professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you couldn't tell. I gotta sneeze. Whew. I was trying to get through my intro so hard. I was trying so hard to get through my intro. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, welcome in. We're watching a video on the history of Kamen Rider Kuuga. We're a couple minutes into it. This is done by the incredible Markusatsu, so be sure to support them. So yeah, come and geek out with us with Kamen Rider Kuuga.
They start out being weak against a threat that they know nothing about, but then they gather more intel and find out how to fight these monsters. It's also logical that a hero like Kuuga would want to work together with the police to help defend the city, even though at first the police were wary on Kuga's help, which is a natural reaction. After all, the police don't know that Yusuke is Kuuga. Later on, Ichijo...
Eventually they find out, but yeah, it's just
so happens to bump into a woman that speaks a different language, which seems a little suspicious to him. so he follows her and comes across a strange scene. The unidentified life forms speak in their own language. This language wasn't subbed in Japanese during Kuuga's first airing on TV, so even the Japanese didn't understand their dialect.
I think I may be misremembering it, but I think the Blu-rays also didn't sub what they were saying. Or maybe it was an option and I just forgot. But does anyone else know? Does anyone else remember? Because I remember not knowing what they were saying and just seeing like all the other random crap, like this. I remember seeing like this. I don't know if the YouTube version translates it. I think that one is based on the Blu-ray version made, so maybe. I don't know. I just don't remember. The translation was kind of iffy, and I wasn't a super huge fan of the plot changes that were made. Oh, for what? Oh, the Kuuga manga. Oh, I don't know about it at all. Subtitles always help.
Japanese didn't understand their dialect. If you're a Westerner and want to watch Kuuga, then you are able to watch with their language translated. What they say is the usual dialogue you would hear from villain groups, and they also talk more about themselves and who they are. So you can go either way on either watching the language subbed or not. Ichijo...
I think eventually they start speaking Japanese anyway to try and blend in. I feel like that was a thing, but like... Maybe I'm just crazy. I always found these guys having their own language was the greatest part of the series show that was an ancient civilization. Yeah, I mean, it really helps sell the idea that these guys are ancient monsters or ancient warriors from a different civilization that is not, current day Japan. So, yeah, the Grongi language. Yeah.
Pondered on the thought that Yusuke truly wanted to help. So Ichijo gives Yusuke a brand new toy. I mean, bike.
Okay, listen. Just let him have the bike, okay? They gotta do cool bike stunts. It's Kamen Rider, not Kamen run and do a rider kick. You can't just run and do a rider kick. You gotta ride and do a rider kick. Okay. I'm sure there's tons of times where they're not riding and doing a rider kick anyway.
Which Yusuke uses to chase after a monster. I appreciate
Kamen Rider. There you go.
Really, I do. I love them. However, it would probably be easier to get off the bike and actually fight.
Okay. They wanted to show off the cool rider skills. Okay? I think they stopped doing this though eventually, because this is a little silly, like them being inside and riding around on a motorcycle when they could just very well get off. I will give that. It absolutely would have been way easier to just get off the bike. But I did like seeing motorcycle stunts because Kamen Rider, they're on a motorcycle, they're riding a motorcycle. Give me some motorcycle stunts.
Police arrive during Kuuga's fight, and one of them fires their gun, but Ichijo tells the officer to stop. Ichijo trusts in Kuuga.
Aww.
Ichijo and Yusuke go to the hospital to get Yusuke examined. A doctor named Tsubaki tells Yusuke that the Arkle is growing a central nervous system inside him, and it's very dangerous because it'll keep growing. A monster then appears that has the ability to jump on buildings.
Okay. Isn't it like a cricket or a grasshopper? That's the idea. It just jumps really high. Right?
Ooh, scary. Yusuke chases...
Okay, first of all, you can't say, ooh, scary. You can't say, ooh, scary when it shows him grabbing a dude, jumping up with the dude, and then dropping the dude from a high place. That is scary. You're just walking down the street, you get grabbed by a random dude, he jumps up really high and drops you? That's terrifying. What do you mean?
On buildings. Ooh, scary.
That is terrifying.
Yusuke chases after the monster on a staircase, but the monster pushes him off. And so... by the power of believing in himself, Yusuke gains a new blue form that allows him to jump higher. So remember the crying girl from episode 2? No, I don't blame you. But the show wants you to remember because she's a recurring character.
I don't remember her much, but I'm going to take your word for it. Her
name is Mika, and she's here to show Ichijo a relic from the excavation. But Ichijo tells her to talk to Sakurako. At her place, we find out that the unidentified life forms call themselves Grongi, which is what I'll be calling them from now on because unidentified life forms is a mouthful.
It is.
Mika gives Sakurako the relic. Then Mika acts like a brat because she thinks that no one cares about getting rid of the Grongi. I'd go on a rant here about how ungrateful Mika is being considering Yusuke is trying his hardest to save mankind and avenge Mika's father, but that's okay. She doesn't know any better.
I was going to say, she quite literally doesn't know that Yusuke is Kuuga at this point, because he's very choosy very selective about who he tells his secret identity to. Because it's like, it is a secret identity and isn't a secret identity. It just depends on who the people are. Obviously, Ichijo is someone he trusts innately, and they work together a lot. But like, I don't even think he tells like the person he works with right away. She's a child. I mean, yeah. Kuga's also really good with the bike stunts. There were a couple of times where I was like, okay, this isn't CGI. CGI didn't look this good in 2000, which means they're actually doing this. Wow. Yeah, I agree with that. I liked seeing the bike stunts. In retrospect, some of them are very goofy because you go back and watch it and it's like, bro could have just gotten off. Bro could have just gotten off the bike.
Yusuke gets pushed off while fighting another Grongi. Again. And so, by the power of not wanting to die, Yusuke gains a new green form that heightens his senses, which overwhelms him. Ichijo meets up with Yusuke to warn him that a Grongi is in the area, preparing.
Yeah, it's like sonar, I think, was green. Green is like, blue is like jump and staff. And then green is heightened senses, like ears, eyes type senses, like hearing and sight. And a gun, I believe. The power of gun.
To attack. Yusuke transforms and Ichijo hands him a gun. This scene is so cool. You know what else is cool? Yusuke, by the power of sword montage, gains a new purple form in the following episodes.
Yeah, I feel like they did rapid fire some of these forms, but I think they were just trying to give like an excuse for not only, first of all, toy sales, but second of all, they wanted to have in story a reason for him to try and find different reasons to use the different forms. So this was, I always forget the actual names of them, but this one has a sword. He's a little bit more armored. He's purple. Shoutouts to purple. Gotta be one of my favorite colors. It is really, really fun, and it's really cool to see in action. I will genuinely push everyone to do this. Go watch Kamen Rider Kuuga. These fight scenes are amazing. They've aged gracefully. I know you're saying, oof, that 2000 video quality. That's why they re-released it on Blu-ray. And the Blu-rays are amazing. Trust me. Okay? Titan form, thank you.
Because, okay, he doesn't actually get these powers that easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this is a little bit rapid-fired. But it is still like rapid-fired in the show in terms of like, Here's like 2 or 3 episodes of this power, 2 or 3 episodes of the next power, 2 or 3 episodes of the next power, and then he has all of them and he's rapidly swapping between all of them.
It may seem like the power-ups are just handed to him, but they show growth in Yusuke's character and abilities. Some are new powers to match up to an enemy, while others come from Yusuke's feelings of wanting to save everyone's smiles.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments like that where he is like screaming to himself or having to overcome a part of himself that is like weak or struggling in that moment. And a lot of it just comes from his own guts to push through an unwinnable situation, and overcoming, fear of falling, saving people, and it's really good. I think that's why I like Yusuke so much, because it's so much of him just being like, I have to keep pushing, I have to keep going, I have to protect these people, and obviously it doesn't always work out, and there are times where he gets his ass kicked. So.
Though I think it's funny that characters get surprised when Kuuga has new forms despite the Arcle having different colored buttons. We expand the toy catalog, continue the plot in episode 15. Mika's relic was infused with other relics and it became a flying beetle.
Yeah.
Alright then. There are a couple of episodes dedicated to this beetle thing, which I don't mind. I really like how a lot of time is spent to build upon the show's mythology. It's told to us later that this armor is called Goram. It used to be horse armor that helped fight ancient Grongi. In a similar bit of exposition, the stone within the Arcle that gives Yusuke power is called the Amadan.
So the big thing that I will agree with this too is the armor powering up the bike. It's so freaking cool. It makes the bike genuinely look so freaking cool. But yeah, exactly like Marco Satsu was saying, and I think that's why I really liked Kuuga, is they spend a pretty good amount of time world building. Kuuga is like a 51 episode show, and they really do take their time with it. They take their time kind of showing off new Grongi, talking about translating the language, the legend of who Kuuga actually is. There's so much good pacing in that sense that most of the time it doesn't feel like it drags on for too long. So I really liked it. 50 episodes, thank you. I couldn't remember if it was 50 or 51.
A bit of exposition, the stone within the Arco that gives Yusuke power is called the Amadan, and apparently it's how Grongi are able to transform into monsters, in turn meaning that Kuuga is a Grongi himself. We see Yusuke fighting Grongi number 20.
Well, Kuuga the entity is, but Yusuke is not. Yusuke is still human.
6 until Yusuke gets in trouble. He's rushed to the hospital and eventually succumbs to the poison that was in 26's bite. Tsubaki tries to kickstart Yusuke's heart. Meanwhile, the police desperately try to fight off number 26, but they fail and question Kuga's whereabouts. Hours later, Ichijo gets a call. Tsubaki wasn't able to revive Yusuke. Tsubaki calls his friends, but they believe he'll be back. It turns out that Yusuke did come back to life. We also see an awkward CGI rendition of...
Okay, alright, calm down, okay? Everyone has seen this scene and how goofy this CGI looks. It was the year 2000 and a serialized, like, once-a-week episode, okay? Give him a break, okay? I will say I would probably take this over Kuuga, or not over Kuuga's, over Hibiki's, because some of those monsters look really bad in Hibiki and did not age well. Yeah, it's nostalgic now. It's the year 2000.
An awkward CGI rendition of him giving the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And here's a cute scene of Yusuke wanting to say Cho Henshin whenever he transforms. A few episodes later, we see a Grong. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many Japanese kids had nightmares about this.
Yeah, literally, this bitch just walked by these two people. Look at this.
Here, we see a Grong.
Just walks up, sword out. They don't react at all. Their heads come off.
We see a Grong. Oh my gosh.
That's blood.
I wonder how many
like, their heads just came right off. Kuuga was pretty Kuuga was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was I don't think they could keep doing this. Yeah, that was decapitation. Their heads came off. Yeah. There's definitely like dark bits in later Kamen Rider seasons that I've seen. I feel like after Kuuga, they had to keep toning it down, because this is like, whoa, this is a lot, you know? Some of the murder methods of the show are horrifying. We haven't even gotten to the worst one yet. I agree.
Japanese kids had nightmares about this.
Yeah.
Of course, Yusuke is called to defeat the Grongi, and he turns purple. Well, even more purple, and his other forms also get powered up in the episodes that follow. What I like about this is that Kuga's armor still retains the basic design for the different forms, but a golden trimming is added, along with more powerful weapons. I know it's only a minor addition, but it adds so much of the designs. It makes...
We can look at them real quick too. Like...
It's a basic powered up in the episodes that follow. What I like...
I think you can really tell that this is a powered up form. There's like more gold trim. It's more accented. The sword got bigger. I love these powered up forms. I think the powered up forms in Kuuga are like chef's kiss, because they retain exactly, like Marcus Satsu was saying, they retain exactly what the original form looks like. And it just add, how do you make a design better? Add more gold. Go. Make the weapon bigger. It is really funny, but it is quite literally the simplicity of just add more gold, you know? Oh my gosh, it's so good. The colors give Oja. I mean, those are the colors, you know? But yeah, just fantastic. All of the rising forms look really, really good in my opinion. Purple and red, I think, look the best. So...
but it adds so much of the designs.
Yeah.
It makes the suit seem more grand and majestic. Around here is when we would normally get a movie based on the season, but Kuga's budget was very poor. And
yeah, because they were coming back from the big hiatus, so there really wasn't that much going on for Kuuga, but Kuuga did bring Kamen Rider back, so.
Instead, we got a Hyper Battle video and a New Year special. The special is basically a 1-hour clip show. What's interesting about Kuga's HBV is that it gives the names of Kuga's forms. The show itself never directly says the names of these, so it's nice to have them out here. Red is Mighty form, blue is Dragon form, green is Pegasus form, and purple is Titan form. The HBV and the show don't outright say this, but the gold trim suits are called Rising forms.
And we only know this now because of these. And like people saying them in chat, I don't remember them ever being in the show either. Maybe they had subtitles in the Blu-ray version where it said them, because obviously the Blu-ray version came out way later. But I can't remember. I feel like I want to go back and rewatch Kuuga now. The Blu-rays are so good, man.
Other than that, Kuuga's HPV isn't anything special. Kuuga gets to call to fight a monster, and that's literally it. This hyper battle video was meant to preview Kuuga's rising mighty form, which would have been cool if it didn't already debut in the episode before this. We get a bit of insight for Yusuke's character in episode 35. After seeing a new
35! Oh, yeah, I guess this is a shorter video. We're already halfway through the video. But yeah. 90 deaths! Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, Kuuga is like such a dark... I'm saying this like with air quotes. Such a dark season comparatively to some of the others. Because I feel like you're constantly reminded how many people the Grongi are killing. Like, all the time. It's insane.
Report on civilians dying due to a Grongi attack, we see Yusuke feeling regret and anger for not being able to save those innocent people. He tracks the Grongi and proceeds to beat on him.
Ooh.
I feel like the person carrying the burden of being a hero would feel regret and anger too if they weren't able to save everyone.
And this is
carrying the
that is a gif that I'm sure a ton of people have seen, where he crashes the Grongi out the window. The cops are like surrounding them, like not sure what to do. And he is just beating the shit out of this thing. It is visceral. It's violent. It's brutal. There's blood. The Kuuga crash out. He really does hit like a turning point here of like, you can see how much the pressure of being, air quotes, a hero has hit him. It is insane. Yeah, the blood really did come out of nowhere.
And proceeds to beat.
Look at that. It's like a giant gash in the face and it's just spit up blood and everything
on him. I feel like a person carrying the burden of being a hero would feel regret and anger too if they weren't able to save everyone, so they take it out on the enemy.
It's rough. And this is the stuff that I really like, because I talked about it before that Godai Yusuke seems like a really, really one-note character. The guy that wants to protect everyone's smiles, is always making jokes, is, trying to master a bunch of skills, gives the thumbs up, the cheeky smile, like that kind of stuff. And then you get episodes like this where it's like, no, he is human. No, he has these emotions. He's under a lot of pressure. And that's why he forces himself to smile so much. And that's, I really like that. I like the juxtaposition of, you never know what something is, what is going on with someone below the surface. Yeah, feel bad for him, me too.
While beating on the Grongi, Yusuke gets visions. When it's all said and done, he stands in the river alone with his thoughts. Meanwhile, Ichijo encounters another Grongi. Someone named Dagava will arrive soon. In a meeting with all of Yusuke's allies, we get a ton of exposition, so bear with me.
The body count is 1,000 plus. I think it's stated once by Godai at 1,000 and change mid-series, which implies that he keeps track of every single person who's died. That's insane. That's crazy.
I explain everything as best as I can. The police know that the Grongi have a leader, which they later find out to be named Dagava. Apparently, Dagava killed off more than 150 of his fellow Grongi because he believed that they were too weak to participate in the Geguru. The Geguru is a game that the Grongi play. Whoever wins the Geguru is allowed to challenge Dagava for dominance over all other Grongi.
And I think this is seen throughout the series as well. I distinctly remember there being several Grongi that had like abacuses with them, that like anytime they would get a kill, they would like mark up the abacus to show that they got a kill. And I remember that feeling like so much more almost like cruel, because so many times like these people weren't people to them. They were just numbers to add up to their tally, which I'm sure made it worse for Kuuga. But I do remember there being like these like click, 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 like abacus style things, ceremonial abacus that was passed around. There you go. I do remember that.
Each Geguru has a Grongi that acts as a judge and a Grongi that acts as an official kill counter, because a Geguru requires a certain amount of linto, or humans, to be killed. Every Geguru has its own set of rules.
I forgot about, they have this random guy from America as part of the team. I forgot about him.
Some are as simple as,
there was a bracelet. I think everyone had their own, but then there was also like an official scorekeeper. He's actually French. Was he really? I don't remember, but I'll take your word for it. Oh my god, it's Joe Kamen.
kill a certain amount of people in a certain amount of time,
Gene.
to being as complex as kill people by melting them down with a strong aesthetic and 10 types of moving objects that reflect the color pattern of a Grongi's nails. Tsubaki then says that if Yusuke doesn't do anything soon, Kuuga may become the ultimate darkness and lose control. But Yusuke says that he'll be fine. In a battle against one of the last Grongi, Yusuke becomes heavily injured and gets taken to the hospital.
Once again, and it's something that I really like in Toku shows in general. It's something that I've talked about in Super Sentai and even anime to a lot of capacities. I almost like it more when heroes or like when the people that we're watching their perspective lose, because I feel like you learn more about them in character moments where they lose and how they react to that loss. I point to Haikyuu a lot for this, and obviously like Kuuga came out way before Haikyuu, but like when Karasuno like lost their big fight, their first big loss, it's like an incredible turning point. And anytime it happens in Sentai, Kamen Rider, stuff like that, it is always really, really cool to see how people react and adjust and improve and adapt from there. So, yeah. Kuuga used its sidecast perfectly by keeping it small and recurring. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the point where I started going as well. Man, I think I like Kamen Rider more than Super Sentai, because I think at the time I had seen, I think I saw Time Ranger, or I was still waiting for Time Ranger to come out. I can't remember entirely. But when, because I watched, I can't remember, because I have the Shout Factory DVD sets. I can't remember what was out at the time when Kuuga came out. But I do remember I was kind of like, I didn't like Mega Ranger at the time. I liked Ginga Man. I really liked Go-Go 5. But then like, obviously Time Ranger's amazing. But yeah, just, I remember watching this and being like, man, maybe I like Kamen Rider more. So, whew.
Tsubaki is hesitant on using defibrillators again because it changed Yusuke last time. It turns out that the defibrillators were what caused Kuuga to gain more power in the first place with his rising forms. Either way, Tsubaki doesn't have a choice this time because Yusuke's heart rate starts dropping.
Cram! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Roy Chiato. Like a macchiato, I'm your coffee-fueled host with the most professional voice actor, and I love working out, in case you can tell. Welcome in, guys. We're watching the history of Kamen Rider Kuuga by Marco Satsu. We're vibing, thriving, surviving, and yapping like we normally would for these types of videos. So pull up a chair. Let's have some fun. This aired alongside Time Ranger. I think it did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The police are able to kill some of the last Grongi, but a couple are still out there. Then Yusuke arrives. The two fight and Kuuga gains a new black form. With this new power, the Grongi dies and causes a huge explosion that...
I do remember this. Because they're basically like, you can't do Rider Kick when you're in this form. Because if you do, like...
almost reaches...
and this happens, people are going to die.
The city. Meanwhile, the final two surviving Grongi talk. Dagova has arrived. We see a white figure, a monster. Kuga's belt has been cracked. The entire city is on fire.
Yeah.
All of this was Kuga's first attempt at fighting Dagova. Yusuke decides that it's time to end all of this, but if his first attempt failed, then he may not come back this time.
Yeah, I remember, because we didn't even get to see the first attempt. He just lost. And he was like, I can't like risk losing again. I have to go all out the next time, right? I remember that being the case. I think a lot of people miss the context that it's not Kuuga causing the explosion. It's the Grongi are so strong they explode that big. Oh, I thought it was that he couldn't use the black form or the rising mighty form. That the Rider Kick is what caused it. I thought it was like a whole big plot point. Did I misremember it? Fun fact: those scenes are of his first fight. Are from a lost episode that never aired for whatever reason. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I always assumed it was from Kuuga because he couldn't control the power. Like there was so much excess force used in it. I remember it being like that. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen Kuuga, but I'll take your word for it.
So he spends his final moments saying goodbye to his friends and allies. Meanwhile, Ichijo faces the penultimate Grongi and kills her. All that remains is Dagova. Yusuke and Ichijo drive to the mountains to face him. Ichijo apologizes for dragging Yusuke into all of this, but Yusuke is thankful that he met Ichijo in the first place.
Oh, partners to the end!
Dagava and Yusuke fight for so long that they manage to break each other's amadons, but they continue in their human forms.
Yeah.
Then Ichijo finds both of their bodies in the snow. 3 months later.
This is one of the few times that I was totally okay with the time skip because it was just so like painful and visceral to watch. Like that fight scene. That fight scene went crazy, dude. Just like the ultimate walk up of, you know, like, thank you for involving me in this. I'm glad that I could protect everyone's smiles, but like, look at me one last time. Oh, it's so good.
Tsubaki tells Ichijo that the Grongi failed because they wanted their own smiles while Yusuke sacrificed his own for the sake of others. On the beach, we see Yusuke laying down under the sun. He sees kids playing, so he juggles for them to see their smiles. There's also a short 50th episode that pokes fun at some of Kuga's tropes while breaking the fourth wall.
Oh.
It's pretty entertaining. I wish more seasons did this more often. One last
I don't think I saw that.
Thank you, Midnight Crew subs, for subbing this amazing series.
Kamen Rider Kuuga.
Some of you may know that I already made a history of Kamen Rider Kuuga a long time ago.
Did you? This is already 8 years ago. When did you make it? 20 years ago?
But it got taken down because Toei.
Listen, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I get it. As someone that was also making Toku videos and having to deal with the copyright stuff, listen, I get it. Solidarity, Markusatsu. I get it now. I understand.
Back then, my opinion on Kuuga was mixed. Some people took what I said the wrong way when that wasn't my intention at all. It's been a
people misconstruing what other people say on the internet? Oh, no. No way. People having opinions about shows? That's crazy. Listen, I already eat enough shit about not liking Fies. Solidarity, Markusatsu. I eat tons of shit about like not liking Fies. I'm with you.
Very long time since making that video, so now would be a good time to say that opinions can change. While mixed at first, I grew to enjoy Kuuga so much.
Okay.
My complaints back then weren't all that warranted. To a point. Let me just say that nostalgia plays a huge part in enjoying something.
100% agree. I haven't seen Kuuga since the Blu-rays came out. It is still my number one. If I rewatched it today, I don't know if that would still be the case. Kabuto is my number 2. Recency bias is a thing. Recency bias absolutely is a thing. It happens. But yeah, so.
While I do like a lot of Heisei Phase 2 shows, I also enjoy earlier works.
Yeah.
Both Showa and Heisei have their charms, their ups and downs. It's okay to not like one or the other.
Agreed.
A common criticism from certain people I see for modern seasons is that they're not like the old seasons.
I hate that. That's such a stupid, argument. I'm agreeing with Markusatsu here. Like, I don't want everything. Like, it's the same argument that we make today as Power Rangers fans, that we don't want MMPR again. We want new seasons. We want people like new seasons that break the mold and go crazier and go harder. And I think it's the same with Kamen Rider. Like, we don't want just another Kuuga. We don't just want another Ichigo. We don't want another Black or Black RX. It's of course it's not like it was before. You have to learn, like, they're not always going to be the same. Yeah, we don't want the same things to get stale. Yeah. I think people just, if they want that one thing, go enjoy that one thing. But if you are a fan of a franchise, you have to accept that it's going to change and adapt and try and do new things as you grow with it. It's not always going to hit. You're going to have misses a lot. But yeah, just get over it, man.
You can probably guess that those certain people are older fans. Although
Surprise.
These shows are a lot more alike than you think. Both still have a lot of good drama. They have great characters.
They do.
And even older seasons shill toys just like the newer ones.
Wow, surprise.
Go around the multiple bikes, action figures, and a heck of a lot of forms.
Yeah.
They're made to sell merchandise, and in some ways, shill a bit more than Heisei Phase 2 seasons. I wouldn't even say that Kuuga incorporates these toys in a good way.
It's really just the belt, the bike, and then the power up for the bike, and then the different forms of Kuuga himself. Like, there's really not that many other merchandise pushing things, because the belt is like so simple, and the weapons, but they come with the forms, like green form, Pegasus form is you need the gun, dragon form you need the staff, Titan form you need the sword. Like, you need those.
Times they just appear. That's also not to say that Heisei Phase 2 isn't made purely for these toys. Soapbox aside, I'm saying this to make points that I'm going to get into.
Sure.
The story is good.
Yeah.
With how simple it is.
I agree.
While most superhero shows, Kamen Rider included, can be summed up with heroes need to fight villain, that's pretty much Kuuga. It's a point.
Yeah, and that's where I think I liked Kuuga so much, because like as you watch Kuuga, it really is just a guy that wants to protect people, trying to protect the people that he cares about, and failing a lot and coming to terms with that, and it eats him up slowly inside, and that's why you get like the dark Kuuga stuff. Not him becoming a villain, but like the darkness form, or whatever you want to call it, and the dangers of that happens with that, and even the crash out moment where he's beating the crap out of the Grongi. It's what I think sets Kuuga apart, because it's such a simple premise, and they don't stray from the simplicity of the premise. They embrace it. Yeah, sometimes simple is best. I agree.
Point A to point B kind of plot with lots of mini stories in between.
Yeah.
As I always say in these videos, I only bring up the bigger events in case you're interested in watching the seasons yourself.
Yeah.
So you'll have some things I didn't bring up to look forward to.
I think it's fair.
I think Kuuga is more about the people around Yusuke rather than focusing on Yusuke himself.
Yes and no. I think his relationships is probably the better way of describing it, but I do agree with the sentiment that it's not necessarily about him, but about how he reacts to outside stimuli, whether it's the Grongi, his friends, and those situations that keep happening to him. But yeah, his encounters are pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Is Kuuga Kamen Rider Superman? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Hello. I think a lot of the later series feeling worse about toy shilling is because the later series have so many more toys. Also, they have different gimmicks. From what I understand, Decade and then after Decade, which is Double, and then O's, I think, are like really the 3 seasons that put together. And I haven't seen them, so like I'm speaking from conjecture. That those 3 seasons really set what current modern Kamen Rider is even now, because they really, really, really hard pushed the notion of gimmick belts and power-ups and forms and things to go with the belt and things to go with the power-ups and things like it made selling merch way easier. So not necessarily in a bad way, but that was what started it. So Decade onward started collecta thingy plots and nonsense like Rider phones. There you go. Started gimmick number theory. Yeah, there you go.
There are stories about each side character, some that last a few episodes, and they're all very interesting.
Yeah.
I like seeing how an everyday person is affected by monster attacks. It was cool to take a look within police headquarters to see what they're planning.
Yeah.
And while Kuuga does get screen time to himself, I think it's way more interesting to see the people around him dealing with these situations.
Again, it's Yusuke reacting to the situations around him rather than necessarily about him, which is why I think it's more interesting. It's more fun to see how the world around him impacts his psyche, his mental, and especially the snapping point later in the series.
As I said earlier,
it's a police
Kuuga
drama.
didn't have
Yeah,
the best budget, so money had to be saved. As a result of that, there are clip shows. There are a couple of them, which brings me to talking about filler. I'm saying that filler is not a bad thing, though the word is thrown around way too much these days. Filler.
Usually, what I consider to be filler is an episode that has no bearing on the plot and has nothing important happening in it that impacts other episodes. And I said that a lot during watching Abba Ranger, because it's like 95% of an episode is filler, and then you get to like the last 2 minutes and it's like important conversation with Asuka and, Brachio, and you get his backstory, and it's like, damn, I just watched an entire filler episode just to get a minute of Asuka's backstory, stuff like that. I'm very guilty of overly calling things filler, mainly because it gets really tiresome after a while of just seeing like 14 filler episodes in a row, you know?
Means taking up space without doing anything for the story or characters.
Yeah.
There are some episodes where Yusuke's only contribution is to fight a Grongi at the end.
Yeah.
And the story is so minuscule that the only thing moving it forward is when said Grongi is defeated.
Yep.
I'd say Kuuga has a lot of filler to the definition, and that's okay. These episodes are entertaining enough for me and anyone to sit through and see what happens next within its tiny 20-minute runtime.
I think that's also good to know too, because there's a lot of series, especially in the Toku series that I've seen, where I think sometimes shows will live and die by their filler, where if the filler is entertaining enough that you're still going to watch it and still going to want to partake in it because you're interested in the world, you're interested in the characters, you're interested in the even the side plot that they introduce for that filler episode specifically. If they do good filler, that's a good season. If they do bad filler, that's a bad season, or at least a bad episode in that case, and whatever happens more kind of starts affecting score. That's why I was so harsh on Aba Ranger when I first watched it, because of how much filler there was and how much of it was just not good, or at least in my eyes wasn't good. But I think Kamen Rider has the same thing. I'm not like just gonna glaze Kamen Rider over Super Sentai, but my recent examples are like how amazingly I felt Kabuto handled it versus how badly I think Aba Ranger handled it. So, yeah.
Of course, there are arcs and mysteries for the story to be more entertaining. The Arkle, Kuuga himself, and the Grongi give amazing world building, though I wish there was a bit more of it. We do have extra backstory outside of the show, such as Riku, Kuga's previous user, a novel about Mika becoming Kuuga, and a story about Ichijo using a man-made prototype of a rider in the next season.
Oh. I don't think I didn't delve that deep into Kuuga after I finished Kuuga. I didn't really start looking into extra content for Kamen Rider until Kabuto, because Kabuto is the first one that I actually watched, like the movies and the hyper battles. So yeah, I mean, like this is new to me. Yeah.
All of that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe extra things like that could make the show feel a little less slow. Speaking of which, with filler and story being brought up, I have to mention the pacing. A gentleman named Vicious Phantom put it the best way. Kuuga is an acquired taste. If you didn't grow up with Kuuga and have nostalgia to it, then there's a chance that you may not like the show going in.
Ooh, that's weird then, because I loved Kuuga. Although, again, Kuuga was my first Heisei era Kamen Rider, because I went from Ichigo to V3 to X to Black RX to Kuuga. So like I did some pretty big jumps, and that jump from Black RX to Kuuga, and especially the Blu-ray versions of it, I was blown away by the quality. And I do think a lot of that was carried by the fact that it was shot in 1080i, filmed at 60 FPS, and it looked amazing for the year 2000. So I was probably just blown away from that too. And it probably helped me give it a higher score. If I watched it again, who knows if I'd give it the same score? Hard to say. But it's the recency bias. When you watch it, it's like the best thing you've ever seen or the worst thing you've ever seen. Kamen Rider had a long problem with the storytelling was 2-episode arcs, so it made the bad fillers stick out. Yeah, I do agree with that. Hibiki had that problem too. Kuuga had a lot of trouble hooking fans because inaccessible subs, and it was really slow paced to watch weekly. Oh, I imagine so. I'm very fortunate enough that I was able to binge it, and that's why I'm saying like watching it in the Blu-ray sense elevates the show. And if I'm going to recommend it, watch the Blu-ray version, which I think is the version that's on YouTube. So I like the pacing of Kuuga, to be honest. Like I feel it feels like plot and emotional beats get time to breathe. I get that. I think that's fair.
Of course, some people fall in love with the season immediately. The characters are charming from their introduction, and the action is more physical than you would see today. The pacing to others can be seen as sluggish. If you're not used to slow dramas or older media, then maybe this isn't for you.
I mean, me coming from Showa era Kamen Rider going into this, I was like, I felt right at home, so.
It isn't flashy due to its budget, but it doesn't need to be. The director wanted a lot more action, and if it happened, then others would think very differently from their nostalgia. It's not a very fair criticism to say that someone isn't a real fan or doesn't get it just for not enjoying a show like Kuuga.
I'll agree with that. I will say I love Kuuga, and most people I talk to will praise Kuuga. I glaze it. I absolutely do. I absolutely glaze Kuuga because it's my first Heisei Kamen Rider. I watched Blu-ray rips of it, or not rips. I watched the Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray collection out in my living room. I watched the Blu-ray of it, so I got the best version of it, like quite literally, and I didn't have to wait week to week watching it. So I will absolutely admit that I am a Kuuga glazer, and I'm biased because of all the reasons that I just listed. So.
And statements like that could deter others away. With Kuga's minimal story and pacing different to others, then there's more room for points to flow and for characters to understand what kind of situation they're in. A character I fell in love with from the very first scene is Yusuke. He's your basic heroic type with just a dash of other emotions besides happiness. His intentions for saving people's smiles seem very genuine. Yusuke has a quirk for giving the thumbs up because his teacher taught him to use it as a sign of goodwill. That's so heartwarming, and there are a lot more moments like it.
It's so, and again, it's simplicity. Kuuga is a simple show with a simple premise, a simple main character that gets deeper as the show goes on, and you can see the effects of everything that he's done throughout the season really like adding up. But it really is just the simplicity of a simple character, and he didn't need to be more complex than that. You know, he didn't need to be freaking Kabuto. You know, he didn't need to be Gatak. So there are complexities in other characters. He didn't need to be Kaiza. He didn't need to be Faiz. And those are complex characters, and I understand that. And I didn't like their complexities, but I liked Kabuto's and Gatak's. But yeah, it's there's something beautiful in simplicity. And when simplicity is done well, it can elevate a show. And this is a show where I think the simplicity very, very much nails it. The simplicity is good. Agito, on the other hand, I'm not as fond of Agito as I think other people are, but again, I think it's because I watched it right after this, and it wasn't Blu-ray rips, because there's no Blu-ray box set for it. So my quality of watching Agito was significantly less than Kuuga. I kind of want to rewatch Agito and see if I give it a higher opinion, especially because we're on I think it's the 25th anniversary for Agito. So I kind of want to give it another go, but yeah. Great pause screen, thanks.
Scene where he absolutely beats on a Grongi for killing a lot of innocent people feels real. Yusuke also has a lot of funny moments, some of which became memes that you would see on Twitter or Facebook. Yusuke is very wholesome, which is probably why I have yet to see anyone actually dislike the character.
Yeah.
I know people are going to want me to bring this up, but yeah, Yusuke's actor, Joe Odagiri, doesn't really like tokusatsu. Although he said that he did like Kuuga and still has contact with other staff from the show. Man, now if only Yusuke came back in a future season.
Yeah, isn't it that he like blew up from Kuuga or continued like his film career and now is hard to book because he's so busy? Not in a I don't like tokusatsu, but in a I'm so busy doing other things. Yeah, he didn't want to be typecast into Toku. Because that's what I've heard. That's why there was never an anniversary thing for Kuuga, because he's so busy with other projects that he couldn't come back for the 25th anniversary, so they just skipped it. God, what a shame. That would have been so cool. I would have been so hyped. Because, again, Kuga's my favorite season. So, man, what a shame. What a shame.
And if he does, I know people are going to comment here about it. Ichijo is an amazing support character.
Yeah, this is very much outdated info. I mean, this is a video from almost 8 years ago. I think we can give some levity to Marcus Satsu on that one. He said he would only ever come back if the original crew worked on whatever it was. Oh, interesting. I kind of like that, though. It's like how Mark Hamill said that he would never be the Joker without, what's it called, as Batman, you know? So I think that's the, it kind of feels the same in that way. Yeah, Kevin Conroy. So feels very similar to that. He didn't do any projects on the 25th anniversary, but it came out that he actually voiced some displays of the event. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah.
He isn't a secondary writer, he doesn't need to be, as he gets as fleshed out as one would. If the camera isn't on Yusuke or his friends, we see Ichijo work with the police and fighting off Grongi himself.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most real characters I've seen. He works so hard and can barely find time for himself. Ichijo is always alongside Yusuke and trying to make people smile. My first few drafts kept my thoughts on Ichijo to a single sentence. I love him.
I mean, listen, based, good sentence, Markusatsu. Yeah, he's just a great character. And I say he's a good foil to Kuuga because of how different they are. They are very much opposites in how they act, but you can see Godai Yusuke's influence on Ichijo and the feeling of it, and the emotions brushing off on him, especially going into the last couple of episodes where things are getting so dire and so difficult. It is genuinely an awesome relationship that develops over the entirety of the series. And it's like, I jokingly say like they're a great ship. I genuinely think that like they have so much on-screen chemistry. It's like hard not to poke fun at it because of how good they are together. So I just love them. I think they were perfectly cast. I think the actors did an amazing job with both the characters. And yeah, so a one-note character at a first glance, but has more layers than an onion underneath. There you go. The thing with Agito is that unlike with Kuuga, I did not like the drama with the human characters and wanted more stuff with the villains, which they did not. Yeah, I probably agree with that.
There's a huge cast of side characters that I couldn't possibly begin to start talking about them all. There's Sakurako, Tsubaki, Mika, Yusuke's sisters Minori, their friend Kazari, a scientist named Inokita, another researcher John, and a bit more. Each have something to do or a story to be told. Having such a big focus on the cast makes the world feel more alive and lived in. There's more time spent with extra characters than there is our main heroes.
Yeah, and we talked about that before. World building is, I think, where Kuuga is kind of at its strongest. Kuuga is strong and a very memorable series because you can think of all the cool stuff very easily. I didn't remember what the Grongi were called. I didn't remember that it was Grongi, but I knew immediately that they spoke another language. I knew that it was an ancient civilization. I remember the belt being almost parasitic. I remember all the different forms because it's all built into the lore that they tried to set up within the world itself, and it was so much more memorable because of that. Yeah,
and they're all entertaining to watch. Even the villains are kind of fun in a weird, morbid way since they kill a lot of people.
They do kill a lot of people. There's a lot of dead people in Kuuga.
There's a very small group of Grongi that we get to know. However, we got enough backstory on them in general throughout the season to know who they are. I love how scary they can seem. Killing humans is just a game to the Grongi, and that's
like the person walking past the couple that was walking and then their heads just fall off. Yeah,
shown even more when Dagova is on screen. He mocks Yusuke about wanting to protect people's smiles but being too weak to defeat the other Grongi himself. The final fight between Dagova and Yusuke is considered to be one of the greatest fights in Tokusatsu. It's very raw with the two punching each other until one of them falls.
It is genuinely one of my favorite final fights because that's just what it is. It's a final fight and they are dogging each other. They are throwing fists and elbows, and they are going crazy with it.
Made even better with the scenery matching Dagova's white aesthetics. While I couldn't say that the Grongi are the best of the villain groups, I do say that they do their job very well. Wow, I rambled on a lot longer than last time.
Keep rambling!
So let's get into my final thoughts. This isn't the first time I remade a History of Kamen Rider video. In a way, I'm happy I did and would like to do it again in the future.
Yeah.
Simply because opinions can change. I've grown to really appreciate and enjoy what Kuuga brought.
Yeah.
Well, more than I already did. I already enjoyed Kuuga from the first time watching it. I'm not saying I like Kuuga because it's the first of the Heisei era. I like Kuuga because of the focus of other good characters and the way it takes its time for the story to flow.
Agreed.
In the end,
well
Kamen
said.
Rider Kuuga is not for everyone. But those who stay will enjoy a wholesome show of a man who wants to protect people's smiles.
It's very funny because in the entirety of the time that I watched Kuuga and every time I talk about it, I don't think I've met a single person that's like, Kuuga's not for me. 99% of the people that I've talked to in my own time talking about Kamen Rider always hit me with I love Kuuga. Kuuga's great. Kuuga's fantastic. Kuuga's a masterpiece. But most of the people that I've talked to have seen the Blu-ray version. So it quite literally could just be that you need to see the Blu-ray version for it to be like elevated that much more. Which again, I'm gonna push that out there. Go watch it on YouTube. It's officially subbed and out there. Go buy the Blu-ray version. It's available wherever you can buy tokusatsu related stuff. Amazon, your favorite video store, whatever it is. It's crazy.
With all that being said, I'll see you guys next time when we get ready to go Count Zero with Kamen Rider Agito.
Ready to go, Count Zero, Kamen Rider Agito. Yeah, I've had that stuck in my head for like a month now, and I haven't seen Agito since I watched Kuuga. So is that the whole end?
どうしたのこれ食べないの
Macas!
もらっていい
よければ
just the random. Yeah, I'm gonna. But as you can see, first of all, clappy for Markusatsu. The thing that I want to point out, and you can see this, 3 years later, he did the Kamen Rider Agito video. It is twice the length. We went from 22 minutes to almost 50 minutes. Crazy. Insane jump in the amount of time. Which makes me very excited to watch whatever's next, you know? Agito theme is a banger. I agree. Big agree. But yeah, I don't really think that video was that bad. I think it aged better than you think it did, Markusatsu. I think it shows like a good beginning of something that you were passionate about. And I don't think you were that harsh on Kuuga. If anything, I think you showed that you like it. And you were in chat earlier being like, I don't like Kuuga. What? I didn't get that from this video. Did something change again in the past 8 years? Did you rewatch Kuuga and just decided, man, I actually don't like Kuuga. I changed my mind. So good stuff. We will absolutely watch the Agito video another time and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get back to the Cup of Dusk. Skidoo! All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you guys for vibing, thriving, surviving with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking for a very specific sheep that is streaming currently. I'm looking for Envy. Good, Envy is live. Okay, we're going to raid into Envy. Envy is doing a recap of District V. I will probably be jumping into chat with him later to talk about my perspective from District V as well, because I love Envy. Envy's great. He's so cute. They're so amazing. They're so sexy. Hilby was such a fantastic character to play with. So, yeah. VV time! Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, in case you guys didn't check the schedule, tomorrow we're going to be playing FNAF 2. So if you guys liked seeing me scream and react and get jump scared by FNAF last time, you're probably going to love it for FNAF 2 as well. So definitely keep an eye out. We're definitely going back to Freddy Fazbear's. It's time for or 2. Electric Boogaloo. So, all right, guys. Thank you again for vibing with me, thriving with me, surviving with me. I'll see you next time for FNAF 2. Bye-bye!
You put these harnesses back on.